Good morning and welcome to Mornings on TV with Luann and Tim. You know what? It's so funny. I checked the temperature this morning and I went, oh, that's not bad at all. I had minus 21. You had minus
25.
Minus 25.
But you know what? It's like I walked into work and I said, it's weird when it's minus 25 and you think, oh, it's so much warmer today than yesterday.
And it really is. Less windy.
It's got to be there's got to be a wind chill factor there because my car said minus 30 yesterday, but apparently with the wind chill it was like minus 42.
Yeah, minus 42.
I don't know what the wind chill was today, but it didn't feel as bad at all.
No, it's a lot more comfortable. So.
And it looks also like, remember yesterday I said red sky in the morning, sailor take warning, and we had a lot of cloud and snow. Today the sun is coming up, so it looks like it's going to be a clearer sky. Awesome. So maybe we won't. Maybe things are going to warm up a little bit.
I think they'll settle a little bit. But you know what? It's interesting because during the newscast, I'll tell you about some records that were set, and I think a record was set back in 1927 or something like that. I forget the actual year, but that far back. And I think, you know what? So much for global warming, right? Like that's 50 years ago, 60 years ago.
Right.
Right.
Except this is more common now.
Yes.
These weather extremes.
Yeah. But the record.
Somebody was saying about, did you see the thing it was a comparison about the coldest temperature on the planet versus the hottest temperature on the planet in one day?
No.
And the difference was like 120 degrees. It was ridiculous.
Oh, man.
Right. So
you don't want to be traveling from one to the other. You would catch cold. Right?
Speaking about breaking records, did you hear about the tornado in Havana?
Yes.
It's been over 80 years since they had one of that force. Because you don't think about tornadoes. Was it Sunday? 3 dead, 172 injured?
Yeah.
And Keith went looking for footage.
Oh.
Well, interesting, because you have a tornado anywhere else.
And the footage is abundant.
He's like, why can't I find anything? Well, because it's Cuba. And it's a communist country. The only images that get out are approved by the government. And that's why you look at the reels that they put out and they all have music to them with things, and it's all the pictures, like Mike's showing some pictures now. That's what you'll see, but those are all released by the government. They don't have social media.
They don't.
Nobody in Cuba has Facebook.
No. They're not allowed.
So you don't see them posting videos to Instagram. Not allowed.
You know what? Speaking of that, a Twitter user leaked a video with the apparent results of this year's Grammys already. But the Grammys are saying it's all fake.
It's a fake.
100,000 people looked at it though.
It's a fake.
It's somebody just release. made up the results and then just posted them and said, oh, this is official, this is true. And 100,000 people actually looked at it. So
more fake news.
More fake news.
Trump?
But Juno nominations today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Juno nominations are going to happen this morning. And, of course, people like Drake and Shawn Mendes are expected to be in the running, of course. The Arkells, my daughter loves the Arkells. Indigenous singer Jeremy Dutcher and singer Charlotte Day Wilson are all expected to get the nom. So we'll have to keep an eye.
Is there like a press conference for that?
I imagine, yes.
We'll have to keep our eyes open for that one. Trump is going on Face the Nation before the Super Bowl. It's going to be pre-taped. And it's going to be in the pre-game package or something.
Yes, because they're going to do it from the Super Bowl.
From I think Atlanta.
Yes, because she said that
it's on CBS.
Sunday. CBS. Oh, what's her name? Gosh, I can't remember now.
Yeah, I didn't write that down. It started with an M or something like
Martha. Martha.
You're good. See that? I just give her a letter and she goes.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Last name starts with an H. I'm pretty sure it's MH. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Hager. Anyway,
we'll find out for you.
That's
you know what?
I hope she's, well, don't go softball, Martha, whatever your last name is.
Oh, she doesn't.
Doesn't she?
No. She's like hardcore. Get at it.
Good.
Yeah, she's good.
And Cohen's going to testify again, but behind closed doors.
Yes, he's not going to do the public.
And a day later. I think originally it was supposed to be February the 7th live on television.
Yeah.
And now it's February the 8th behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors.
But he's going to do it, though.
Well, he's nervous. He's afraid for his family's safety.
But I don't understand why going on television would make them any less safe.
Well, I don't know if he thinks that he might antagonize even more Mr.
So does that mean we don't get to hear the testimony? I guess not, right?
Well, it depends on how much they release.
I
don't know if there's a publication ban. I don't think there is, but still, you know, then it's open to interpretation, right? That's the only problem with not actually getting to watch it yourself.
Right.
Because then, you know, you could have 5 reporters covering it and they interpret it 5 different ways.
I want to punch Roger Stone in the head.
Gosh, she's arrogant.
I never would. I would never.
Oh my word.
I don't support physical violence, but that man is so arrogant and pompous.
Unbelievable to me. Unbelievable.
And he's out. Like he's out walking around.
Well, because he's got money.
Because money. Pay. And his tan.
Yeah.
Tan's there. So
coming out looking like Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon.
Yeah.
No, don't.
Way to go, Raj.
Don't like him. Don't like him.
No, me neither.
Okay, so Oprah Winfrey. Today's her birthday.
Is it?
Oprah's 65.
Wow. Oh.
Happy birthday. Buy yourself something nice, Oprah, with your $2.6 billion that she's worth $2.6 billion.
She's they've actually defined something called the Oprah effect. And if she endorses something, chances are that it's going to be successful because Oprah said so. That's
really?
That's how intense
how powerful she is.
Her power is and her influence is. Imagine, just like us. Right?
But never mind. You know what I have to say that we talked about some things on television, like where we are right now.
Yes.
We've talked about things on television.
Like now.
And after we've mentioned them, other people have talked about them too.
Yeah. I watch the entertainment shows sometimes every night or the news, and I always say to Jim, we scoop them. Yeah. Totally. Jim's like, yeah, that's nice, honey.
Okay, now I have a today in history.
Okay.
Can you just guess when the first performance of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet may have been?
Oh my.
Any guesses? Any guess what even century? Like the first two?
1853.
Yeah, 1595.
What?
1595, the first performance of...
There were egomaniac actors back in the 1500s. Imagine that.
But I wonder if Juliet was played by a guy. Because originally in Shakespeare, the women's parts were played by men because the women weren't allowed to be on stage because it was not respectable.
Yes, imagine.
And they were also, I guess, not on par. Oh, look. Oh, there's Romeo and Juliet. Now, and one thing I'll tell you right now, if you think that wherefore art thou means where are you, you're wrong. Wherefore means why. Wherefore art thou Romeo? Why are you Romeo? Why must I love somebody that I'm not allowed to love?
Oh, look at you doing some research on that.
I've known that ever since I was young.
Really?
Yes. So when people go, wherefore art thou Romeo, it doesn't mean where are you? It means why are you Romeo? Why must you be from a family and I'm not allowed to love you?
Wow.
Wherefore art
thanks for that information.
You're welcome. That's why I'm here.
I'm going to sleep like a log tonight knowing that.
Impart information.
Do you know Tori Spelling?
Wherefore art thou, Tori Spelling? Yes, of course.
She has some money issues.
She's not out of money. Her father left her
apparently
gazillions.
there's an estrangement between Mom and Tori.
Oh, that's Tori now.
So I'm not sure. But at this point, she has to pay $88,000 in credit card debt to American Express via a court order. $88,000. Wow. So American Express said, you know what, we're taking you to court. So, and 2 years ago, she was sued by the National Bank for $200,000.
Tori, what? They grew up in a house that had a bowling alley and a swimming pool.
And her husband works. He's a Canadian.
Aaron Spelling, Dynasty, all those shows. They had a reality show.
Yes, she was in 90210.
See,
hasn't done anything except get boob jobs since then. But
there she is with her husband. Oh,
they have 4 children together.
Well, how high do you have to live?
She
became accustomed to that lifestyle, and she wouldn't give it up, I guess. Eh?
Well, and apparently her mother, Candy.
Yeah, that's right.
Candy Spelling.
I didn't know they were estranged.
Yes, they might not be now, but at one point they were just kind of close to after her dad died.
Remember the story? There they are right there. Remember the story about her birthday party? And he brought in snow? Did you hear that story?
No.
When Tori Spelling was a teenager, they had a birthday party and he brought in truckloads of, maybe it was fake snow, but he put fake snow all around their estate so she could have like a Christmas, a snow birthday party or something. Stupid rich. And now.
Stupid rich.
And now, look.
Now she can't pay her debts. Way to go, Dad. Thanks for that.
Maybe she could call Oprah. She's got $2.5 billion.
Yeah, for sure. You know what happened at the SAG Awards? We were talking about them yesterday. The Screen Actors Guild Awards were on Sunday. There's a young actress, Mackenzie Hanksiksak, and she plays.
Excuse me, what?
She's a young child in This Is Us. She sold Girl Scout cookies at the SAG Awards. Isn't that awesome?
How cute is that?
Yeah, I think she's awesome. Yeah, very, very creative. And
Scout Week is coming up.
Is it?
I know that because in February sometime, because I reached out to the Scouts, and because I was hoping maybe get a Girl Guide or a Scout or somebody on the show to talk about Scouts. So if you're a Scout,
they're not the same though. If it's Scout
Girl
Week.
Guides is part of the Scouts.
Is it?
If I'm not mistaken, Brownies, Girl Guides, Cubs, Beavers, all those things are all part of the Scout organization. I'm pretty positive.
So Girl Guide Cookie Week is not Scout.
Oh wait, Girl Scouts, Girl Guides? I'm gonna have to look now. But anyway, Scouting Week is coming up, and if you know a Scout who wants to be on the show and talk about Scouting, you can contact me.
And bring some apples.
No cookies. I want. Oh, apples are healthier.
No, they always sell apples in the fall.
Well, what are the Girl Guides? Oh, that's not, you said, I want Girl Guide cookies.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
the mint chocolate ones.
Okay. Hey, we're going to have the Special Olympics on the show today, because it's coming up this weekend. And also, this really cool hip and knee thing for people who have hip and knee issues. It's chronic in our world today. So
because we're all old.
And Lou has the news and so much more on Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim. Thanks for being with us this morning. We'll see you in just a minute. 2 years of preparations, and it's finally here. The Special Olympics this Friday and Saturday. Am I right?
Yes, finally.
Is there anything happening on the Thursday? Is there like an opening kind of thing?
Yes, opening ceremonies are on Thursday, this Thursday, the 31st, at the Green for Life Memorial Gardens.
At the GFL Memorial Gardens. Let me introduce my guest. This is Sergeant Monique Baker from the OPP, my old friend, young dear friend. And now, we haven't met before. It's Shandell.
Shandell.
I'm so close, Shandell. Shandell, you are a corrections officer?
Yep, at ATRC here in the zoo.
And you are also on the organizational team?
We're the general management team for the games.
General management team. Have you been on the ride for the whole 2 years as well?
Yeah, I've been involved, and I've been involved with Special Olympics for many years now, different levels, and yeah, can't wait for it to get here.
So what other stuff have you done with the Special Olympics before?
I've been a coach for the Special Olympics.
No kidding, which sport?
5-pin bowling.
Yes!
In Southern Ontario. And currently I am coaching floor hockey.
Right on.
Yeah.
Now, what about you? I saw pictures of you on skis and stuff. Are you actually doing stuff out there on the slopes and things with them?
Well, I was just getting some lessons from the athletes. They're way more specialized than I am.
So tell me, there's so much going on over the next few days.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about? Who do you want to thank?
I think first of all, we just want to let people know we really want to encourage the public to come out and support all these athletes that are coming from all over Ontario.
Yeah,
500 athletes. And Mother Nature looks like she's going to give us a break and she's going to warm up.
Warm up a little bit.
Really happy.
You must be excited about this great weather, pre-weather, to keep the snow all nice and fresh, and new coats every day.
Yes.
The ski hills are in great shape. Hiawatha is amazing. Right?
Yeah, all of them. We're really very fortunate. I mean, people are going to come up to a winter wonderland, which is what we want.
So if we're talking about attending these events, then maybe we should give a rundown of sort of the different locations where the events are happening. Can we do that? Mm-hmm. All right, so we know that there's cross-country skiing events.
Yes, at Hiawatha.
At Hiawatha. Snowshoeing events.
Snowshoeing and downhill skiing are at Searchmont.
I didn't know the snowshoeing was at Searchmont.
Yes.
I'm glad I asked.
Yep, so both events are being held both days, Friday and Saturday, out at Searchmont.
Okay, so Searchmont, Hiawatha, then also we've got the figure skating at the John Rhodes Arena.
Yes.
Okay.
As well as speed skating is being held at the Rhodes as well.
Okay. Did I miss something? Curling!
Curling, yes.
The curling is at?
The Community First Curling
Club. Which is on Northern Avenue.
Yes.
All right. Is that it? Did I get all the events?
You did.
Yeah.
Good for me. All right. And we've been doing some features on the athletes.
Yeah.
We've got some pictures, actually, of some of the local teams, I believe, if Michael wants to start bringing them up. Now that we're speaking of curling, now, do you know who that curler is?
That's Chevy Harmon.
And who's he with? That's a famous guy.
That's members of the Team Jacobs.
It is?
Yeah.
I thought so when I saw that picture. Did they come and give them some tips and stuff, work with them?
So we had them come out. They enjoyed a little game together.
Come on.
Some of the local law enforcement, Monique and myself included, got to get involved and just have a good game and good pep talk with Team Jacobs.
Okay, who else? Now, there we go.
Oh, that's Staff Sergeant Mike Mayville from the Sault Ste. Marie Detachment here of the OPP. And that was around the time that when we were doing the challenge for Arch. Karaoke
yes.
challenge, yes.
Oh, fun.
And we had a lot of fun doing that.
You've had a lot of community partners on this, haven't you?
Oh, amazing, amazing. That's Shondell actually giving out medals in Traverse City. We were there last year for their Winter Olympics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were at the figure skating.
Oh, wonderful. Are we going to have something like that with the podiums?
Yeah.
So each athlete participating in the sports is going to, work hard to receive one of those medals.
Right.
And we have local law enforcement or public figures coming out to present their medals.
Nice.
And they really look forward to it.
I guess. That's exciting. Oh, here we're getting ready for snowshoeing.
Yes.
I did that. I actually went to Hiawatha and did the snowshoe. Now, they're doing it at Surchmont, but snowshoes are so cool these days. They're really modern and fun. And they have to race in them, though, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Now, look, is that the whole alpine ski team?
Yeah, and some of the other athletes, too. We just all went out to Surchmont one day.
You're in there, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, we all
Fun.
are. Yeah.
Was that at Surchmont?
Yeah, that was at Surchmont.
Beautiful picture. Yeah, that's Carter. So I interviewed Carter on the show. He's really looking forward to racing. Ever since he's been on the show, he keeps sending me emails saying, "Now come and get me playing basketball." Now come down. All right, who's next there, Michael? There's some more of the ski team.
Some more skiers,
yeah. Oh, the celebration. Look at that.
Everyone is really, really excited. When we're all really
excited.
Really just, we can't believe it's actually here now. I mean, we've been so long in the waiting.
There's one more of a little girl with a bear. Oh, there's more ski team. Where's the little girl with the bear, Michael? There's one that you sent me that is so cute. Who is this?
This is actually both school boards, the Huron-Superior Catholic School Board and the Algoma District School Board, have been amazing. The schools have done so much work supporting our Special Olympic athletes and raising funds throughout the whole year. So what we've been doing is we've been going around to the schools. Plungy's been going around to the schools.
That's the mascot?
Yes,
okay.
That's Plungy, and just saying thank you to all the students for all the hard work that they've done in raising this money for our Special Olympians.
So the students chose this as a pet project for the classrooms, their schools, whatever,
yes.
and created different activities to raise funds?
Yes.
What else you got down here?
Oh, this is for you.
What's
and
this?
Luann.
Luann, we got
These
presents.
Are Special Olympic pins.
These are cute.
To wear on.
Hey, these are not cheap. These are like ceramic or something. Like these are. These got some weight to them. These are beautiful.
We have some connections.
Thank you. I'll give Monique hers. You're Monique. I'll give what's her name? Who do I work with? Luann.
Luann.
Right. Yeah. So what about the, want to talk about this being online too?
Yeah, that is...
this is a Sault Star insert.
It's a Sault Star insert. It's got profiles of all the athletes on them. But also, if you go online to ssm2019games.com, we have the entire, there it is right there.
Oh, there's the whole
entire schedule of what's going on for the Special Olympics. Again, Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. is the opening ceremonies at GFL Memorial Gardens.
Right.
And that is free to the public. We have lots of surprises that night. We really would encourage people to come out and cheer on all the athletes that are coming to our city.
And the volunteers have been turning out like crazy, right?
Can't say enough. We have over 400 volunteers.
Lots of the community's really coming together as far as sponsors and volunteers, and it's turning out great.
And what is there a torch walk thing? What is that?
Yes, Thursday we are law enforcement torch run officers are running the International Bridge.
Oh, I love it.
Into Canada. We're running from the States into Canada, into the Memorial Gardens for to pass the torch off to the next.
That's going to be a beautiful moment.
Yes,
I can't wait.
It really is. Yeah, and we're really happy it's going to warm up a little bit too.
Exactly. We've heard that you're going to probably actually get into the single digits of minus, like -5. We can live with that, eh?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's probably going to be about 120 law enforcement officers that are actually running.
Wow, that's going to be really impressive. It's going to be quite a sight.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for everything. Thanks for being here all this entire time. Thanks for sharing these great stories with us. So nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Yes, and have fun on this one as well. I'll see you. I'll be there.
Okay, great. Can't wait.
We hope that you'll be there too. Come out and support these fabulous local athletes, as well as the 500 athletes coming to town for the Special Olympics, January 31st, February 1st, and February the 2nd.
Yes.
All right. And we'll be back with Luann on Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this, and I'll give her little medal.
Perfect.
Don't say I never give you nothing.
Thank you. This is lovely.
I know, that's from Monique. Actually, it's from the Special Olympics, and that's for you.
Oh,
and I know you
thank
can't
you.
puncture a hole in your beautiful blouse today, but I know you'll wear it.
Thank you, I will, definitely. That's beautiful. What a couple of really inspiring women. Right?
Well, Monique and Chandel.
Chandel.
Is that right, Chandel?
Chandel.
I got it right. It's like chandelier. I said if I grab her and hang from this, would I be swinging from her chandelier?
Oh, God.
They didn't think it was funny either.
No, what else is new? Something you said isn't funny. Hey, you know what?
Yes, I do.
Have you watched the second episode? Stop it. The second episode of...
Officer, she hit me.
of the Ted Bundy special on Netflix? Remember you said you watched the first?
Yes.
Yeah? Well, apparently there's this big hullabaloo. Did you? Oh, so you're done it. I'm going to start it
I kind
tonight.
of fell asleep partway through. I was really tired. Well, no, not that it's not good. I was just really tired. I have to watch one again because I fell asleep when I woke up and somebody else was dead. He killed like 30 women.
And this guy, apparently Zac Efron, is going to play Ted Bundy in the movie version, which is coming up very soon. And really, they've made him look so much like him. But some people are a little bit ticked off because he's kind of this heartthrob and this sex symbol, and he's always with the six-pack. And,
oh, there's a picture of them up right now. But Ted Bundy was a heartthrob.
Yeah, right. He was handsome.
Like women were falling in love with him because he was a bad guy.
Right, and he used to put fake casts on his arms.
I can't believe that he did it. He was so good looking and
well, so he can be like a monster and ugly, or
did you see the part yet? Spoiler alert.
I haven't seen any, so don't.
Wait till you see him in the courtroom.
Oh, I hear it's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
So there's all this backlash about Zac Efron.
Oh.
And people are just like, they're worried that the movie is going to make it too light of a situation.
Well, one of the guys that works here said he watched the trailer and said the trailer looks like they're doing a 1970s rom-com or something
really,
like
really
Zac Efron
and
so-and-so.
Strong, heavy rock music. It's kind of, so it'll be interesting. But one of the victims has actually said that she doesn't mind. She doesn't mind if Zac Efron plays the role as long as people learn. And then she speaks about her horrible situation with.
She survived.
She did.
There weren't that many who survived. No. He beat them to death. Mm-hmm. And then the only ones who survived because he thought that he'd killed them and he hadn't.
Imagine feeling that much
rage
that he had to enjoy it. Did he Braid?
He says it was this thing where he just had to keep feeding it because he thought if I kill one more, then it'll go away. If I kill one more, it was like an addiction. It was like an addict doing crack cocaine. One more hit and I'll get that perfect high. And for him, it was like one more woman and I'll be done. But by the end, there was he did was it 4 in a sorority house? I think he killed 2.
Yes.
Left there and then went and broke into somebody else. He killed another one on the way. Like 20 minutes later, he couldn't stop himself. He had just assaulted and killed 2, assaulted 4. And while he was leaving that crime scene, he passed another vulnerable woman and was like, he couldn't stop himself.
You know what? This is going to sound weird, but as a journalist, I'd love to interview him. Could you imagine sitting across the table from a freak like that?
The guy says at one point, he says, Ted's eyes were just this wild blue eyes.
Yes.
But when he got talking about his crimes, they went black.
That's the devil coming out.
Oh, you don't like it. Ugh.
So we have news coming up, speaking of.
Happy morning show.
Yeah. Happy. Thanks for sticking with us. Please continue to do that. We'll be back with more right after this. And welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim on TV. Poor Toronto. They're freaking out down there this morning. 31 centimeters of snow. What?
The headline says, Toronto, massive snowstorm.
31 centimeters? Come on.
We call that, in Sault Ste. Marie, we call that Tuesday.
And you know what? By Wednesday, it'll be melted and gone.
Honestly.
Like, seriously.
It said 15 to 25. Did they get 30?
Yeah, apparently they got 31.
I mean, it doesn't look, but still, come on.
Well, you know what? It's snow.
Once in a winter, for heaven's sakes.
Imagine the drivers.
Sucks. Oh, no.
Yikes.
Even the drivers here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking of drivers.
We get this every winter, and every winter, 4 lanes become 2. It just makes me crazy.
It does, because you keep bringing it up. Speaking of drivers, your favorite driver. See how I did that? That was good, huh?
Prince Philip.
Yes.
97 years old. He was in, we know this, his Range Rover, he had an accident. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and he picked off 2 pedestrians, did he not?
Oh, I thought it was just one.
Just one? I thought it was 2 women were injured.
And they had to do a breathalyzer on him.
Right. And Luann, see, once again, I think they watch our show.
Hello.
Luann mentioned that not even a phone call to say I'm sorry, not a letter. You know, you're the Queen's husband. There's not a lot on your calendar. You're 97 years old. You couldn't sit down and just take a moment to say, I'm sorry that I hit you with my Range Rover?
Like, call her. Seriously.
So,
you can't phone?
I believe he wrote a letter of apology.
He wrote a letter of apology. I bet he wrote it himself, too, right?
He did, and he was wearing a seatbelt while he wrote the letter of apology. In his throne, he was strapped in, because he's learned his lesson. 97 years old. You might fall out of that throne, just like, you know.
And you know what? She's mad because he had the accident.
The Queen?
Elizabeth. Queenie's pissed. So she's like insisting that he walk around with this seatbelt on. Everywhere he goes.
Everywhere he goes.
They're having lunch, they're having tea, he's got the seatbelt. Yeah. So she's actually sewed it into his thigh.
Buckle up!
Buckle up, Philip. Buckle up.
And the Duchesses are they're getting picked on too much.
Yeah. Apparently Britain is now calling for social media to lay off the Duchesses.
Lay off the Duchesses
Meghan
and stay
and
off
Kate. It's like, you know what? Stop with the feud and the balloon. It's such a typical reaction to 2 women who are in an even position.
They're not rivals. They're making them rivals.
Well, exactly. But what? You know what? Let's assume that 2 women can't get along together, right?
Right.
Like as if.
You don't do that
silly.
you don't do that if there's 2 female celebrities who have husbands. You don't ever see them saying, "Oh, her husband and her husband are fighting and they don't get along." And no, it's
as soon as 2 women get together, it's a cat fight, right?
Sexist.
I think you are watching too much of those Beverly Hills Real Housewives.
When are we going to stop with this?
McCarroll.
When is The Bachelor and The Bachelorette going to stop? Is it not enough, really?
Really?
I've never watched them and I never will.
Me neither.
I don't understand.
Degrading.
Really?
I don't understand how that's, in this Me Too era, how is that good television?
I'd rather dress up with a giant pineapple and sing.
Because he's done that.
No, that's because that's my idea of more entertainment.
Well, seriously.
I would rather watch talent or competitions or stuff rather than watching people judge each other on, like, judge someone on their talent, not on their looks, I guess. I don't know.
But you know what? It's like there's so many tears on those shows, right? It's like all of a sudden she's fallen in love with him. And she and 29 other women have been on dates with him.
He gave me a rose.
Yeah, it's like, so? He gave you a rose.
And the Real Housewives stuff, that's once again encouraging.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you watch that stuff, I want to know why. So let me know why.
He's on Facebook. Find him. Find him and tell him. Please.
Well, what do you watch reality shows? Okay, so I like my reality shows that I like.
I don't believe they're reality shows.
No, they're not. Well, that's true. They are
Survivor
scripted.
Was the first one that I watched, and the meanest, most cutthroat person won. And I said to myself, I am not watching a show that highlights people who are vindictive and hateful as winners. I'm not watching that.
Was that Richard guy? And he was naked and gay?
Yes. But he was, and
neither one had anything
like
to do with
just
each other,
a total mess.
He was
so I don't watch. But you know what? I know for a fact There's lighting people, there's audio people, there's producers, there's directors, there's camera people, and they're starving to death? Come on.
That's the guy, Richard, whatever his name was. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what reality show I do like? I like The Amazing Race. That one's fun
I don't like
for
that
me.
one either. It
You
hurts
don't?
my stomach. No,
It hurts your stomach.
because the couples are always mad at each other. I say to Jim, because he likes that Amazing Race, I said, we would kill each other.
Oh, I know.
Right?
Keith and I in a car.
Oh my God! Sometimes the way
Keith and I in
these
a car
people
for 5
talk to
minutes.
each other, it's like, I thought you were a couple, or dads and sons and friends, and people are nasty.
I know,
I don't
but
need to
that's
sit at home in my off time watching nasty people. I'm not doing it.
They're doing that right now.
Thank you for watching nasty people.
Stay watching nasty. Stay watching this nasty woman. Oh, you nasty girl.
Nasty.
Miss Lulu, if you're nasty. We'll be back with more nastiness after this break. So I was looking at our events calendar on Sue Online, and I came across something very interesting. It's a hip and knee workshop using the Feldenkrais method. So I reached out to my friend at Jade Wellness, and Shirling said, oh, I can hook you up with Harold Tausch. And here he is. Welcome, Harold.
Good morning.
Welcome back to Sault Ste. Marie. You did live here for a while?
Yes. I lived here for 13 years, actually.
And were you a practitioner of the Feldenkrais method then?
Yes. I've been a practitioner since 1991.
Okay, so did you have hip and knee issues yourself? Is that how you came across the method, or was it something else lead you to
Oh,
it?
something else entirely, actually.
Oh, okay.
Most people who get attracted to Feldenkrais have some kind of physical problem. But for me, it was actually more an emotional problem. Depression. And it's a long story, but to make a long story short, my partner and I at the time decided we wanted to do something in the general area of personal and spiritual growth.
Okay.
So we went and checked out a bulletin board of a New Age bookstore in Toronto, and we checked out all the posters, and the thing that appealed to us both the most was a Feldenkrais workshop. So we went to a Feldenkrais weekend workshop, like the workshop I'm teaching at Jade this Saturday, and we both loved it. And after we went for a few more classes, and after a couple of classes, I thought, hey, I could do this.
Really?
Yes.
So, and the gentleman who started the method was Moshe, is it Moshe Feldenkrais?
That's right.
Okay, now, what is different about the method, and how did, tell me what it involves. How did he develop it?
Okay, well, the Feldenkrais method is really designed to reprogram the nervous system to use our bodies more effectively, more efficiently, with less pain. He developed the work because when he was in his 20s, he played a lot of soccer and he destroyed both of his knees.
Oh.
And by the time he was in his 40s, he was falling down, he had a lot of pain. So he did a lot of research into the way the nervous system functions. He studied martial arts, yoga, and did a lot of movement experiments on himself, and discovered that he could reprogram himself to walk without pain, so to an external observer, no one would know there was anything wrong with his knees. And he'd also discovered through his experimentation that he was functioning in other ways much more effectively as well. So he started teaching this work to other people, first just using his hands, and there's a hands-on component to this work called functional integration. And then to reach more people, he developed the kind of lessons that I'll be teaching on Saturday, which are called awareness through movement.
Okay.
And they're quite different from the way we do exercise generally in this culture. Our culture has this belief that it's no pain, no gain.
Right.
Feldenkrais is the opposite of that. It's no pain, maximum gain. So the movements are done very slowly and gently, so that we become aware of what we're doing. And we're all creatures of habit, and we develop habits that serve us very well. But often the habits we develop are less than ideal, or we'll develop habits that actually interfere in our functioning. So as an example, we're doing a hip and knee workshop. A lot of people get trouble with their hips, not because there's something wrong with their hips, but because they're carrying extra tension in their pelvis and their lower back. So the way we're designed in terms of walking is that the force of hitting the ground is supposed to travel all the way up our system, all the way, and go out really out through the top.
And energy should go right through us.
Right. But if there's too much chronic muscular tension in certain areas, the forces that are supposed to travel through will get stuck, and they'll go into a joint like the hip. So they're called shearing forces. And you do that for 20, 30 years, and gradually it damages the hip more and more, and you end up with arthritis and things like that in the hip.
And that is, and I've been to chiropractors, a lot of us probably have been to the chiropractor, and you do discover that sometimes you'll go in and say, my shoulders give me a hard time, and he touches you, and he says, okay, so the problem is actually in your neck or between your shoulder blades, and it's manifesting itself there, but that's not necessarily the root of the issue.
Exactly.
Same concept, right?
Yes.
So...
Yeah, so the Feldenkrais approach then is, can we convince the nervous system to let go of the unnecessary work that it's doing? Because it's a habit, we're no longer aware of it. So that's why the movements are done very slowly and gently, because if you do, the part of the brain that's involved in learning is quite slow. So if you do a quick, powerful movement, you'll just do what you already know how to do. But to learn how to do different things, or first of all, to even become aware of what you're actually doing, you have to slow it down. And so the lessons are designed, first of all, to just make you aware of what you're doing, and then through various little tricks that we have to get you out of your habit and to introduce other possibilities that are better organized, that take less energy, that feel better. You know, the ultimate idea is to be able to move in a way that's really pleasurable.
So in addition to doing the, and you come up on a semi-regular basis to the Sioux, is that
That's
correct?
right. I come up for a week every 2 months.
Good to know, because if this workshop is full by any chance, or if you're not available this weekend for any reason, you can check back with Jade Wellness and find out when you're coming back again.
Yes, I'll be coming back again in the first week of April, and I'll do another workshop at that time.
So do you know if there's registrations are still available for this weekend?
Yes, there are.
Oh, okay. How do we do that?
Just call Jade.
Just call Jade Wellness, and they have a website too. It's very easy. Just Google Jade Wellness, Sault Ste. Marie. You'll find their website, and all the information is there. I went there myself today, and I saw it's very simple. Your workshop is right there under workshops. I clicked, and all the information is there.
Exactly.
What time on Saturday?
It's at 1:30 till 4.
Okay. Is it a one day?
Yes,
okay.
that's right.
1:30 to 4, and then you also have a website of your own, do you? Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
And there's some videos there. So if someone wants to do some research and look at what you're talking about, you have some exercises on there people can take a look at, and they can actually do.
They can actually do, yes. My website is feldenkraisintoronto.ca.
Okay.
And there's a section called Sample Awareness Through Movement Exercises, or lessons actually, and the first submenu for that is called My Audio Recordings, and there's about 10 different Feldenkrais lessons recorded there. Now, Feldenkrais teachers don't demonstrate because we want people to feel for themselves what they're doing and what feels best for them. So they're audio recordings, and you can just play them on your computer and try them out.
I have a feeling that you're going to have both Sergeant Baker and I in the April class. She's not available Monique met Harold in the green room when they were talking, and she was really fascinated by what you were saying, and because she has a hip issue. She was talking about carrying a gun belt 30 pounds for 20 odd years, and she said just now she's starting to feel it in her body. So we might sign up, because I got hip issues too. I sit badly, and I also have tension in my lower back. So Harold, thank you. My gosh, Donald Trump would be so jealous of your hands, Harold. Thanks for being here.
My
have a great
pleasure.
time this weekend, and like I said, you can find out more from Jade Wellness's website and hip and knee workshop, the Moshe Feldenkrais method. Harold Tausch, thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
We'll be back right after this. Get help for your hips and knees if you have any issues.
Gosh, if I need issues.
Do you have issues with your hips and knees?
No, I don't.
Then you're fine.
I don't have knees. No, they just go straight down. Yeah. There's no definition there. No ankles either.
Guess what tomorrow is?
What's tomorrow?
It's Hump Day.
Hump Day.
Wellness Wednesday.
Absolutely.
And we're halfway through the week tomorrow.
I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
You're going to have to wait till tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. Mornings with Luann and Tim. We'll see you then.